Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Friday, and it's May 1st, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also look at a few of the JPY pairs. As always, we start off with the US dollar index because that's basically a roadmap that tells us exactly how to trade the other dollar pairs themselves. And boy, yesterday we definitely had some volatility in the market. The dollar pairs, JPY pairs all made a very big move. Now, I had my target for the turn. I thought this move up was an ABC. I mean, we thought that for sure, but I thought it was going to go up and take out the high right here. I had a little target up in here. Definitely didn't hit that, but this is a Fibonacci turn. And I mean, it definitely is three waves up. It definitely is an ABC pattern. So, because of symmetry, when you're talking about the market likes to be symmetric. And because of that, I definitely am still counting this independently. So this first wave down needs to be either an A or a 1. That means that this is an A, B, C, right? But it's either a wave 2 or a wave B. Because of my weekly time frame analysis, I still think that this is an A, I still think this is a B, and I still think eventually we're going to start an uptrend for a big wave C. So for me, I think it's a wave A down, I think it's a wave B up, and I think this is possibly a wave C down. If this right here really is a wave C down, then it definitely could turn at one of these Fibonacci levels, break structure to the upside on sort of time frames, and end up starting a brand new uptrend like that for a big old giant wave C. So I'm still looking at this move down as a possible ABC of B. That move yesterday definitely didn't change anything as far as my Elliot wave count is concerned. Now, if it's not an ABC of B and it's actually a 1, 2, 3, then it may just continue to make lower lows, lower highs, and just keep on going down. So we definitely want to pay attention to our structure. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame, this is where I think that we could possibly get another turn. Because even though this right here is kind of the equal high, I mean, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we get the end of this trend right here, and we will know that's the end if we get the break of structure, then it could possibly be a wave C. And if it is a wave C, then it would likely start a brand new uptrend. So keep an eye on this structure right here. This is an important structure to me. If it breaks up, then it's a possible wave C down and it possibly will reverse to the upside. If it doesn't break up, which it definitely doesn't have to break up if it doesn't want to, then it might just continue down. So we are definitely looking for shorts on the dollar unless the dollar breaks this high. Then we're going to start looking for logs and potentially this is the end of a wave C and potentially it would just keep on trending up from that point on. So let's start off on the euro dollar. We'll go back up to the daily time frame. So that analysis I just said on the dollar index needs to apply to all these dollar pairs themselves, right? So if the dollar potentially could turn back up, then this potentially still could turn back down. So, like I said, nothing really changed as far as my analysis is concerned. I still think this could be an A, B, C, and I still think that it could go down like that. So, not really anything has changed. Now, it could stretch out. Like I said, the dollar could stretch out. It could be a wave three. It could just keep on going. So, let's take it to a sort of time phase and we'll see how we can determine that. So, the red Fibonacci is the Fibonacci from the daily. So more than likely it's going to take out this high. More than likely it's going to at least grab the 50%. But if it goes to like the 50%, goes down, breaks structure, that's the end of a trend. If that is the end of a trend, then that would be the end of an ABC correction, and that would be potentially the beginning of a downtrend. So that all depends on if it breaks structure. No break of structure means no end of trend. It could go up, bounce, make a higher low, bounce, go up here, then break structure up here, or it could just continue to make higher highs, higher lows, and just keep on going up. That's why, paying attention to your structure and doing your structure analysis is potentially so important. We are bullish the euro dollar until we get a break of structure to the downside at a Fibonacci level on like the 1 to 4 hour time frame. Moving on to the pound dollar, back out to the daily time frame. So exactly the same analysis based on the dollar index, right? If it bounces from a fib, goes down, breaks structure, then that's gonna end up continuing the downtrend, right? If it doesn't bounce from a fib, break structure, then it potentially could just go up, right? We do have the potential for all these dollar pairs to just continue the uptrend, right? So taking it down to the 1 hour time frame. So we did the red Fibonacci is your daily time frame fib levels, right? So we are a little bit past the 61%, but if it turns down now and breaks structure, within the next several hours, then that is definitely the end of a trend. And if that's the end of a trend, it could possibly go down and break this structure, and that structure would prove to be that it's going back down in a much bigger way on the daily time frame. So just like the euro dollar, if it breaks structure, then we're going to become very bearish. If it doesn't break structure and it just keeps making higher highs, higher lows, then we're not trying to pick the top, are we? We're just going to keep on trading on pullbacks and keep on looking for longs until it does break structure to the downside at a Fibonacci level. So let's move on to the Aussie dollar. As always, the Aussie dollar is a little different. The Aussie dollar is at all-time highs, and my weekly time frame analysis is still very bullish, but if it goes down like this, it could end up doing something like this and then making a higher low and then going back up. Or it could even stretch out into a much bigger move. Or it could never break structure at all in the shorter time phase and just keep on pushing up, right? That's why we need to take it one wave at a time. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, this trend right here, I mean, this one looks a little different because it looks like a 1-2. This looks like it's all a wave, whoops, all a wave 3. Kind of looks like this is a wave 4, and maybe we're in a wave 5 right now. What I would like to see is I would like to see it go up, make a double top, and then go down and break structure. If it does that, then that would turn me very, very, very bearish. But as of right now, I am definitely bullish because we're bearish the dollar. I'm definitely bullish the Aussie dollar. So if it just continues to make higher highs, higher lows, then we're just going to continue to look for longs, correct? So going down to the US dollar CAD on the daily time frame. Same type of analysis. The dollar CAD is definitely a little different. It's just lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So it's basically just all one trend from way up here, which, like I've been saying for weeks now, could just be the end of an ABC, and it could just potentially just keep on going down, making a new low on the daily time frame. Definitely very, 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 very possible. But if we get a break on the shorter time frames, we will definitely go back to being bullish. So more than likely, I'm not going to become bullish unless it turns at a fib level, and it's not really at a fib level right now. So we'll see what it does. I mean, I guess if it, gets close to the fib level and then goes up and then breaks structure, that would definitely turn me bullish because this definitely has that 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 look to it for sure. So it definitely has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 look. So if you get a break of structure near this Fibonacci level, then I would definitely turn very, very bullish. If it doesn't break this structure, then why would you become bullish, right? We're not trying to pick the exact bottom. We're going to wait for a break of structure and then go long on every pullback from that point forward. Otherwise, we're just going to go short. And if it makes another lower high, we'll go short again. So moving on to the US dollar Swiss, back up to the daily time frame. Dollar Swiss obviously is a little different also. Very it's actually quite a bit different, to be honest. One, two, three, four, five. So we have 5 waves there. We have what looks like 3 waves. So I mean, this is either a 1 or an A. This is either a B or a 2, and we're either in a wave 3 or a wave C. So if you get a break of trend on sort of time frames, we definitely want to become bullish because it could be a wave C. It could bounce from like the 50 to 61% and then go back up. If it's a wave 3, which it definitely could be, because this could be the end of a wave C up here, if it's a wave 3, it will not break. Instead, it will make lower highs, lower highs, lower highs on this daily time frame. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, this one has a very nice structure to it too. You got a very nice looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave pattern. We are very close to the daily time frame fib. I mean, definitely close enough for if it does go up and if it does break structure, I would call it a nice hit. So just like the other dollar pairs, if this turns up, if it breaks structure, then I am going to definitely become very bullish and it could even turn into a brand new uptrend. If it doesn't break this structure and just keeps pushing down, makes a lower high, then we're definitely looking for shorts. We are 100% looking for shorts on the dollar, which means we're looking for shorts on the US dollar Swiss, US dollar CAD, looking for longs on the Aussie dollar, pound dollar, euro dollar, and Kiwi dollar, unless we get these breaks of structure that I just explained to you on all these dollar pairs themselves. So moving on to gold, back up to the daily time frame. Gold is still bearish. I mean, it's still going down. I mean, it's definitely hasn't broken up in any significant way. This definitely is still bearish. It could be a wave A, it could be a wave one. Either way, I don't really care whether you call it a wave A or wave one because either way, we're looking for shorts on shorter time frames. I still think there's a good chance it could bounce from like the 50% and then turn up and make a wave B and then later on go down and make a wave C like this. But, if we're looking for shorts and it just doesn't break structure and just keeps on going down, then what's the problem? We're looking for shorts anyways. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is where we had to break a structure on the 1 hour, but this is why I don't really put a lot of trust into the 1 hour time frame. I base all my trades on the daily time frame and up because you get a break of structure on the 1 hour, and then you're like, oh, now we're going to make a pullback, and now it's going to go back up, which I think is definitely possible. But these breaks of structure on the 1 hour time frame often are just liquidity grabs, and then it just keeps on going in its main direction, which I think is possibly exactly what's going on now, because we never did hit that 50% Fibonacci. So I think there's a good chance this break of structure is just a bull trap, and I think this is going to keep on stretching out, not breaking structure to the upside at a fib level, and then probably going down to this 50% fib, which is right around the 4,995.18 area. Now, if it makes a double bottom at the 61 or the 78 or even the 88, and then breaks up, then become bullish. Otherwise, you're looking for shorts on all sort of time frames. Moving on to the yen pairs, boy, the yen pairs made a huge turn yesterday. The thing for me is yes, that is a very sharp turn, but what happened before the turn is what's important to me. And this is all just one big overlapping pattern. I mean, I'm not ruling out the possibility of this being an ABC and this just being a bear trap and this thing going back up and still hitting my 161 before it actually makes the real turn. So we'll see. I mean, we have our Fibonacci retracement on there. If it breaks up at a fib level on sort of time phase, we'll go back to being bullish. And if we go back to being bullish and it goes up and hits this target that it never hit, then great. If it never breaks structure on sort of time phase and just keeps on pushing down and breaks this, then that's pretty much going to confirm that this really is the top on the weekly time frame, which is very significant. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, this also has a really nice little 3-4-5 shape to it. I mean, this really looks like that shape that you get at the end of a trend. So if it does turn up, if it does break structure, I would definitely stop being bearish and I would definitely go back to being bullish. If it doesn't break this structure, but instead continues to make lower highs and just keeps on pushing down, then there's no reason to go long. We're not trying, our job as a trader is not to try to pick the exact bottom. Our job as a trader is to wait for a confirmation that it's turning and then start going long on every single pullback from that point forward. Otherwise, we're still looking for shorts, right? The trend is down. We are definitely looking for shorts on all the yen pairs now. Moving on to the euro again, back up to the daily. Same exact thing. I mean, it looks very bearish. This could be a top. It could just keep on going down. If it goes down and breaks this low, then that pretty much confirms that this is a top on the weekly time frame, which is very significant. But like I said, what happened here still makes me wonder if this could be some sort of a pullback and it still could go back up. Very strong push down, but with the yen pairs, you got to be careful because that was a very strong push and then it just went up and made new highs. This was a very strong push and then it just went up and made new highs. That's a very strong push and it just went up and made new highs. You got to be careful. These JPY interventions are all often, it's not enough to actually turn the market. It's just a big push and then it just keeps on going back up. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, even though this isn't a double bottom, this is my breaker structure. If it breaks that high, then I would become very bullish. If it doesn't break that high, then I would definitely just continue to look for shorts in a downtrend. So we're either looking for more shorts or we're waiting for a breaker structure and then we're waiting more for a pullback and then we're going to start going long on every single pullback from that point forward. So anyways, going down to the 1 hour, actually, I'm sorry, going down to the pound dollar. Same thing on the pound dollar. I mean, if the pound dollar goes and starts breaking some of these more significant structures, then that definitely would confirm to me that this is probably a top on the weekly. But what happened before is what's important, and boy, that looks very corrective to me. Almost, I mean, to me, if this goes all the way back up like that, that would be a completely normal-looking Elliott wave pattern to me. Just basically just a big expanding. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, this one also hasn't made a double bottom, but boy, this one is actually, the pound is actually quite a bit stronger than a lot of the other pairs, and I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I got my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it did go up and break structure and just continue the uptrend. But technically, we are looking for shorts on all the JPY pairs now. So be careful with trying to pick the bottom of these JPY pairs because they could go up and then make a lower high, and then go up and then make a lower high. So based on the JPY basket and correlated JPY pairs, we are definitely looking for shorts on the JPY pairs. But I really would not be surprised if a lot of them start breaking structure to the upside and start a brand new uptrend. Like I said, it would be a completely normal looking Elliott wave pattern on basically all of them if that's what it ends up doing. So anyways, definitely don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, especially if you want to follow along with all my trades and be part of a great trading community on Discord. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.